When bad things happen, good people help. But when major disasters create catastrophic conditions, the job requires a group of highly skilled men and women. Our Ben Hoover traveled with an upstate rescue team as they train to be there for you on what would be the worst day of your life.
To be ready for disaster,
you can never train too much for a job that could kill you.
You must recreate disaster.
In order to get the victims, we got to tunnel in.
And that requires room for rubble. Real-life scenarios that make up this large-scale classroom at the State Fire Academy in Columbia. This is where members of SC Task Force 6, the Upstate's urban search and rescue team, gets highly specialized training, like Robert TRUSTY.
You've got to have hands-on, and you've got to put in the work and the effort to be successful when them people truly need you.
They've got 3 different disaster scenarios going on out here. This is a bridge collapse right here. They've got a car smashed by a big piece of concrete with victims inside.
Yeah, we're going right there.
Our goal is to make sure we got the best people on the job.
As task force leader, part of TODD MILAM's job is to make this very real. Over 3 days, 2 teams rotate in 12-hour shifts, tunneling through wreckage, rigging and lifting heavy concrete. Much of the work happens ahead of time, using engineers and experts to stage these scenes.
There's about 9,200 man-hours behind the scenes before the first person ever arrived here today.
Recovery operations in the aftermath of disasters like the Surfside condo collapse are researched. Specific details from the Oklahoma City bombing are analyzed. This piece of concrete, now called the famous slab, is a lesson in securing a site before going in.
If you pick the concrete up in the wrong manner, it can cause loads to shift, causing secondary collapse that would ultimately injure the rescuers, but also cause more harm to the victims that are in the car.
That's victim location right there.
Their job is both methodical and raw. The reality for this crew is, many times, the task at hand is very grim.
As much as we'd like to rescue live people, most of the time we're doing body recovery. So this is a very psychological event for these rescuers that work around the clock, 10 to 12 days straight, doing nothing but bringing closure to these families.
The remarkable thing is, guys like TRUSTY fully understand this. To them, it's a higher calling.
I can have a positive impact on somebody their worst day of their life, and that means something to me.
And that may be something you just can't teach.
I'm blessed to be able to do this job.
Ben Hoover, 7 News.
Thank goodness for people like that. Well, the last time their expertise was needed was 2 years ago when tornadoes hit the upstate, you might remember. SC Task Force 6 had to be deployed when multiple buildings collapsed in Seneca.